And what I find out so far is that cybersecurity is the most advanced or is the most important field these days that's been going on. And as per the BLS, which is Bureau of Labor Statistics, it is expected that these job roles are going to grow up to 33% by 2033. So today I'm going to talk about why cybersecurity is not just another tech field and why it's the backbone of our digital lives. And it's one of the most rewarding, fast-growing, and purpose-driven careers that you can step into right now. Okay. So let's see what's happening out there. So cybercrime isn't just rising, it's basically exploding. So every industry that includes education, healthcare, finance, government, retail has been hit with some threats. And hackers, the good thing about hackers is that they don't discriminate. So it's connected to the internet and it's a target. And the attacks are getting more and more advanced, more personal, and more frequent. So this explosion in cyber threats creates a massive opportunity for those who can fight back or who wants to fight back. And therefore, cybersecurity professionals are needed everywhere. And the field is growing faster than almost any other field. And the best part about cybersecurity is that it's one of the few career paths where you can start without a degree. And the demand is that high that the longer the talent gap grows, the more doors open for the people like you, like us, right? Moving on towards the next slide, which is cybersecurity explained simply. So what exactly cybersecurity? So in simpler terms, I would say that it's about protecting digital systems, networks, and data, the stuff that keeps our modern world running, right? So think of cybersecurity professional as the digital security guards of our world, right? Just like there are security guards standing outside of the bank or any office. So we are the security guards of our world to protect every device, to protect every platform, from your Instagram messages to your online banking apps. Everything needs protection. And without cybersecurity, the digital world as we know it simply wouldn't function safely, right? Moving on towards next part, I would really like to explain you the basic or six types of cyber attacks that mostly people they are being exposed to. So number one is the phishing attack. It's similar to like when we go for phishing, right? We pull something out from people. So this is when hackers or attackers they send fake emails, they send texts, they send DMs that look real and it look maybe from your bank or from your boss or even Netflix. And they often include a link that says something like verify your account, update your payment details. But the second you click, you are taken to a fake website design that is able to steal your password, your credit card information. So the best example would be imagine that you get an email from Facebook's board, if you use Facebook account, of course, and saying that your account will be deleted if you don't confirm your login. And then it takes you to the fake credential page where you enter your credential and boom, the hacker now has the full access of your account. The second most common type of attack is called malware. It stands for malicious software. So basically, harmful programs, they kind of sneak onto your device. It could be a virus, a Trojan, or spyware, and it usually hides inside the file that you download. So it can be, for example, you download a free game, you download a song, but inside that particular file, there's a piece of malware that steals your data slowly and gradually and takes down your system, right? And one of the common example is of malware is that someone secretly, for example, let's say if someone puts a sugar in your car's gas tank, right? It looks fine from the outside, but it wrecks everything from the inside. So similarly, these malware attacks functions like this, that they enter into your system, it seems fine all of a sudden, but then, slowly and gradually it wrecks everything inside your system, inside the laptop, computer. The third type of attack is called man-in-the-middle attack. This one is sneaky, of course. So imagine that you're having a conversation with your friend online, or you're logging into your bank account that connected to a public Wi-Fi at a cafe or a coffee shop. A hacker is sitting nearby you, intercepting everything, or he's eavesdropping and listening to the conversation, right? That's called man in the middle attack. So in this attack, the hacker positions themselves between you and the website or a person you're communicating it. You think that you're talking to your bank, you think that you're talking to your friend, but hacker who is pretending to be your bank is listening to every single conversation, and it gathers the data and it then try to use that data against you, right? Number four is password attacks. So this is exactly what it sounds like. The hacker, they try to guess your password, they try to steal your password, they try to crack it, and they use different techniques. For example, brute force. It means that they try to guess every single combination. So for example, if you have used your passwords like password 123 or your pet's name, it's easy for them to just guess it and crack your password. Then they use different website where the passwords could be leaked to get your information. Then there is social engineering attack where they trick you into revealing it. So it's either by sending you a link to log in, and then you try to log in and they get your password, or something else. We'll discuss social engineering later on. Then in companies, when we observe in companies, there are two most common type of attacks that happens. So number one is DOS, which is also called denial of service attack. It means that a hacker, it floods your website or service so much with traffic that it crashes. So consider an e-commerce website that sells garments, apparel, right? And they send fake traffic to it. And when they send the fake traffic to it, it's overloaded and it does not work properly. And hence the users or the customers who are using that website face problems into logging in, into placing the orders. And the real customers, they can't shop. And hence the business loses money and business loses trust of its customers. The next part is the APT, which is advanced persistent threat. So this is something that a hacker might infiltrate a company's network for a longer duration of time, probably weeks, months, and without triggering any kind of alarms. And it's kind of a burglar sneaking into a building, and it's living in the attic and stealing all the information he can get from that particular company through their network. So that's what it's called, the APT, advanced persistent threat. So you see that these aren't just technical threats. These are affected in our schools, hospitals, social medias, and they're everywhere. So that's why cybersecurity professionals, they are so vital these days, and they are there to stop these kind of attacks before they ruin lives or businesses. All right. So that being said, let's move on towards cybersecurity job roles. And before that, I just want to give you an example for Sarah. That Sarah, real world threat is called. It's related to social engineering. So I would like to say that Sarah. Let's meet Sarah. So she used to do shopping from a website, let's say trendymart.com, right? She one day she receives an email, and that email is big. It says like you have received a mega voucher, a mega discount, but you have to act fast, otherwise it's going to expire. So Sarah, she clicks the link and she go to a fake login page where she enters her credit card details or account details to avail that particular voucher. And what happened that moving on few minutes later, she observes a messages from her banks and that says that your credit card has been used for this much amount from different websites. So this is one of the most social engineering attack that a person can face, because the hacker, he tricked Sarah to get that information, right? To give her that information, to give the hackers those information. But would this be avoided? Could this be avoided by Sarah? Of course. There are a few measures that everyone right here over the call and everyone in the world should take. Number one, use strong passwords, unique password. Don't just keep your pet name. Don't just keep your birthday or just password 123. Use alphanumerical passwords. Use special symbols like asterisk, hash, exclamation, which would not be easy for the hacker to guess that. Secondly, whatever email receive, you read by whom it's being sent and you read the context of the email. Anything that is urgent, obviously it's a fake thing. I mean, even your bank, if it sends you an email, nothing is urgent. It will give you a proper time to respond to that email. Then there is antivirus installation in your laptop, firewall protection. So firewall, just like the name suggests, it's a wall between the internet and your computer. So it filters out harmful information that could harm your computer, that could lead to malware, spyware, or ransomware. And the last part is to use two-factor authentication, which means that in order to log into a certain website, you will get an OTP on your cell phone, right? So real website have that OTP functionalities. So once you enter your email and your password, so that original website, it knows what number you have against that account, and it's going to send you that OTP that you're going to enter it, and then you will be able to get access to your account. So that's one of the most common attacks going on these days, which is social engineering that everybody faces every time, every single time on emails, on DMs, and everywhere. Got it? So moving on, let's talk about the cyber threats that happened in real life. So one of the example is Facebook phishing attack that happened in February 2025, that millions of users, they got fake emails claiming that they have violated some Facebook copyright policy. And the user, they were worried about it because they did not want their account to be deleted or to be blocked. So they clicked on the link that led them to a fake login page, fake support page. And when they entered their credentials, the attacker stole them, right? So even platforms we trust daily can be turned against us. If not, if we have to make sure that we judge the email correctly, right? And we use the appropriate measures to make sure that we don't fall into the hands of these attackers. Then another example what New York University data breach is. It happened in March 2025, where the private data of the students, their social security numbers were exposed, and hence the university got hacked. And this shows why cybersecurity teams are essential everywhere. The third type of attack that happened in 2025 was ransomware attack, where in Change Healthcare company, they attacked and crippled the medical systems across the US. They affected patients, they affected pharmacy, and then they said that if they want to have the data back, there is going to be a certain amount that they have to pay to these hackers to get that data back. That's called ransomware. Similarly, it happened with Loan Depot as well, that it was hit by another ransomware group, and the customer data was leaked, their services were disrupted, and hence it kind of created a chaos among the users and delayed the services of getting loans, approving loans, and all these things. So that being said, it's really essential that we look into cybersecurity and the skills gap that we have currently in the market. We have to fill that gap. And that is something that we can fill through trainings, through people who are interested in protecting the world from these attackers and threats.